Ripple has been entrenched in legal battles with the SEC since late December of 2020. That press release sent the price of XRP below 20 cents after being above 50 cents just a few days earlier. It's clear the SEC has been dragging their feet with regards to making progress with the case, seemingly trying to make an example out of Ripple. The Ripple CEO is eager to get to a resolution and believes strongly that the SEC filed the lawsuit on false pretenses. He made a strong case the other day on CNBC, but the SEC mouthpiece Gensler has also made it very clear where he stands over the years. The laws are not black and white, and right now the verdict in this case and the regulation that follows will set precedent for the industry moving forward. The only way to truly gauge the direction this case might be headed is to keep an eye out for Nancy and her husband yeeting into XRP option contracts. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on the Crypto Compound channel. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please hit that like and subscribe on the way in. It really helps support the channel. Today's video, we are going to be talking about what will go down in history as a precedent-setting judgment case here between Ripple and the SEC. Now, the TLDR of this lawsuit is that the SEC is claiming that XRP qualifies as a security, whereas Ripple denies that XRP classifies as a security as it does not pass the Howey test. We are going to get into all of that in just a bit, but it's more important to try and understand why XRP and Ripple might be the ones that are being so heavily scrutinized by the SEC. Many people have speculated that that is the case because XRP is trying to solve a very clunky, very prehistoric problem in the global financial system. That process is currently operated using a SWIFT protocol, which is a Belgian company, and all of the global banks used SWIFT to transfer money globally. Along with that comes an exorbitant amount of profit and fees from banks, as well as an insane amount of power, as these banks are able to control the movement of funds across the globe. XRP, on the other hand, is a far better solution, and most importantly, it is decentralized. It is not centralized in these large, big banks. Now, if we want an idea of just how closely these bankers and the heads of these US banks know Congress and know the lawmakers, just take a look at this.
Mr. Moynihan, I wanted to let you know, Saruthi, raise your hand, Saruthi. She has been my team member for a couple of years now, but on Monday she becomes a Bank of America team member, about which she is very excited. So I hope you'll take good care of her and know and recognize the talent that she has shown already in our office. I'm sure she'll do the same at Bank of America.
We will do that, and her father already works for us, so he'll take care of it. You should have called us.
Now, that is a member of Congress informing the CEO of Bank of America that one of his team members is shortly going to be moving over to work at Bank of America. This, obviously, as you can tell by the video, is already known by Mr. Moynihan, as her father already works there and he is excited. And in the background, you can hear what sounds to be like Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, telling the congressman, "You should have called us." That just gives you an idea of how entrenched these banks are with the lawmakers in this country. Now, that is speculated to be why XRP is so heavily scrutinized here by the SEC. But what's more important is that if the judge decides that XRP does in fact qualify as a security, all of the other tokens that we are familiar with will then be extraordinarily scrutinized and will also very likely be considered a security as well. Now, if we look at this clip from just a few months ago, we can see Gensler referring to tokens in the crypto space and insinuating that many of them can also be considered securities as well.
We have time-tested tools and laws about trading securities in the marketplace. Many of these underlying tokens have the attributes of securities.
Gensler there is hinting that many of these tokens do have attributes of securities, and if XRP at the conclusion of this lawsuit is deemed a security, it will certainly be very bad.
This is bad. This is very bad
For the crypto industry here in the United States. Now, the CEO of Ripple, Mr. Bradley Garlinghouse, went on CNBC just a few days ago and was very confident that XRP is in fact not a security because there is absolutely no investment contract between Ripple or any of the purchasers or sellers of XRP, and ultimately XRP does not pass the Howey test.
No matter how the SEC wants to spin the facts, The reality is, to have a contract, you have two parties have to agree on something. You don't necessarily have it written. You can have oral contracts. You can have implicit contracts, but you have to have two parties. The reality is there are not two parties. Ripple doesn't know who bought the XRP. The people who bought the XRP don't necessarily know Ripple. You have to remember that 99.9% of XRP trading has nothing to do with Ripple, the company.
Now, Mr. Garlinghouse seems very confident that, in fact, XRP does not pass the Howey test, does not have any sort of investment contract, and therefore does not qualify as a security. He goes on to mention that the SEC and Mr. Gensler are attempting to regulate through enforcement rather than making the laws and regulation very, very clear, as they did back a few decades ago with the internet.
Particularly the SEC is trying to regulate through enforcement.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, which has made this lawsuit even more complicated and interesting, is the fact that the SEC does not appear to be cooperating very well with the judge that is handling the case.
We have tried to move forward as quickly as we can, and the SEC has gone as slowly as they can. You know, I mean, another example I think is pretty profound. There's a kind of infamous speech that Bill Hinman, the director of corporate finance in the SEC, gave in June of 2018 saying, ETH is not a security. And the judge, 5 times in the last 18 months, the judge in our case, she has ordered the SEC to turn over the notes in that case 5 times. We still don't have those notes.
Now, as you can see, Mr. Garlinghouse makes reference to a statement made by the former SEC chair where he says that ETH is in fact not a security. It appears that the SEC is having trouble locating and delivering those documents. Surprise, surprise. Very, very interesting stuff with tremendous complications for everyone here in the crypto space. Now, even before this lawsuit has come to a conclusion, it is very clear that this case will serve as the precedent moving forward for the broader crypto industry, and the Ripple test will likely be the test that is applied to all sorts of tokens and cryptos to identify whether they are a security or not. Guys, let me know what you think about this. Let me know your questions down below. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching until the end. Please hit that like and subscribe if you have not already. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, but just like that, this video is over, and I will see you next time.
Andrew, thank you for mentioning. I was honored to teach up at MIT and do what I did.